Welcome to Softcore History.
Hello, and welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for this week, and my name is Jake Goldman. Pleasure to be here. Glad to be talking to you. And I hope you're going to enjoy this episode, because I know I enjoyed thinking about it a lot.
Don't simp. Don't simp for the audience.
Oh, I'll suck. Never mind. Anyway, I'm joined as always by the jerk on my left, Rob Fox, who just spoke. And then Dan Regester.
What's up?
Not much, man. Just chilling. It's a fun Sunday. Got a pot pie. Got a pot pie at home.
Oh, I didn't know this was going to be on-air conversation. You were talking about it off-air.
Yeah.
Felt like appropriate for not on the microphone.
Wow, okay.
Because I don't care about your pot pie.
Okay. Well,
nobody wants to eat peas and gravy.
Well, for Dan Regester and Rob Fox, I'm Jake Goldman.
And the history of pot pies is canceled.
Yeah. So
you got to regroup.
You know what? Actually,
this definitely isn't about pot pies. God damn it!
My only complaint: you probably make a great pot pie, but a pot pie in general pisses me off because it always skimps on the meat.
So
there's never enough.
There's never enough chicken,
or turkey or whatever.
Also, you know what's better than a pot pie?
What?
A dumpling.
Well, you got to make a lot of those, though.
Yeah, but like a pot pie is just a worse off, bigger dumpling.
You know what's better than chicken noodle soup?
What?
Chicken dumpling soup.
Oh yeah.
Way better. Chicken noodle should not have the love it has. Chicken dumplings way better.
I think it's just like at this point a staple for sick people.
I guess. Last time I was sick as fuck, I ate that shit. You know, I got sick too. My baby coughed in my face, and then a day later, that's the sickest I've ever been in my life. I got COVID tested. It wasn't COVID. The doctor was just like, it's probably one of the 40 other things that go around every time this year. But I specifically remember my baby just goes, like I was laying next to him, and we were having like a nice little moment, I thought, and he just goes, and then I couldn't see him for 2 days.
The real virus.
Yeah.
Children.
That's true.
Oh man, children, they're a trip, huh? Dan, how's your weekend?
It's been pretty good, actually.
Actually posted a nice little thirst trap this weekend.
Was it a thirst trap?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
I was feeling thirsty.
That's just Dan being Dan.
Just doing my thing, you know?
This is what Dan does.
That's just my life now.
You're a sup bro now, huh?
Just all about the board.
Now, what are you going to do when you're 60 and those hot, giant pecs turn into titties?
They already are, kind of, right?
That's kind of how it goes.
They're still tight. How long can you keep them tight?
I can keep them tight forever.
Okay.
I want to die hot.
Yeah, just get some growth hormone. Keep it going.
You could just said young.
Leave a good-looking body for that casket, you know?
You think a mortician every once in a while is like nice.
They did it.
There's certainly
they do a little bit more than nice.
But I mean, because they've almost certainly got to be like, oof. You know what I mean? There's got to be ones that are like, ugh.
It's like, is he gonna fit?
Yeah, like, oh man, that's fucking yikes.
You know, there's some country in Africa where it's common, like, to be buried in a casket shaped like the thing you did. So people get buried in like, oh, he's a mechanic, so we put him in a car casket. Oh, this guy was a strawberry farmer.
Bury me in a microphone? I don't want that.
No, we're gonna.
I'm ashamed enough as is in life that I
think at this point we bury you in something shaped like a paddleboard.
Yeah.
Or a sandbag that you could lift.
Is that a concern though? Like, do they make specialized coffins for obese?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's like a premium package.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I tell you the best field trip I ever went on?
Is
in
it
school?
Morgue?
Yeah, we went to a morgue. We went to a funeral home.
Right.
I was in a class in high school called Death and Resurrection. I went to Catholic school.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we went to a funeral home, and we got to see every part of the funeral home, like where this fucking slab where the bodies came in, the fucking tubes to put the shit in them, the room where people bought caskets, the casket dealership.
Dude, that's a predatory business model, huh?
There were baby caskets in there and shit like that.
Oh, God.
But the best part is that at one point...
Wait, what color were the baby caskets?
You know,
baby color.
blue and pink.
Blue and pink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun stuff like that. I think there was a Rugrats one in there.
Oh.
Do you think it's kind of like a race car bed?
I think there was a race car themed one.
You can have like different options for it.
Yeah. For my kid, it would probably be Bluey. It's a great Australian cartoon show. Check it. It's great. It's great. Great kid show.
There's something truly disgusting about like a brand licensed casket option.
Oh, I'm making that all up.
Okay.
But no, the best part was the mortician was like, I'd just like to stop all of you for a moment. It's a class like 30 seniors in high school. something I just want to say as a mortician. There are stereotypes about us.
How old were you?
And I was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, there are stereotypes about us, and they are false. We do not revel in death. We do not love death. I have been at many a child's funeral and just as upset at the parents. At no time did I enjoy myself at that child's funeral. No one asked him about it. No one fucking asked him. Like we were all just like, okay, we didn't think you did. Like this is like the first. It was like we were the first group of human beings that weren't morticians that he ever got to talk to, and he was like, "We do not enjoy death."
Yeah, it sounds like he has a drinking buddy that's like, howdy. Oh, I heard the plane exploded. Must have made a bank.
I just remember sitting there like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What?"
I mean, the stereotype I'm thinking, yeah, you don't love death. It's just more of a
like getting late.
Look, this was a 50-plus-year-old
getting
man.
off.
This is a 50-plus-year-old man in like 2003, 2004. So this is his generation's version of morticians were the people who were like, another body for my mo. You know what I mean? Like a creepy, like long-fingered.
It'd be like loving a fleshlight.
If what?
Oh, so Dan's
Oh
still
yeah,
on
he's saying they fuck them. But that's now. That's new.
I don't think that's new.
That's a Gen X mortician.
No, that's a always thing.
Well, they always did it, but Gen X got real rock and roll with it.
Rock and roll just means fucking it,
Yeah,
or like talking about fucking.
being more brash with it.
Oh yeah.
More
Beavis and
conspicuous.
Butthead.
Yeah.
No, well, it's interesting we're talking about death today because the man we're about to talk to, depending on how you look at it, is either the luckiest or unluckiest man.
Now, I asked you beforehand if it was the Japanese guy who got nuked twice.
It's not him.
Because he was both lucky and unlucky. Because I guess essentially, like, if he hadn't have gotten nuked in Hiroshima, he wouldn't have been injured when he went back to Nagasaki, and his family would have not. His family would have been somewhere else. And they would have been, like, evaporated, I guess, essentially. So him getting nuked in Hiroshima saved his family from dying in Nagasaki.
Yeah, but didn't people, like, just not want to interact with him ever again? Because, like, isn't there some sort of, like, weird...
He died at a happy old age. He got interviewed and stuff like that.
I think I vaguely remember him saying for a while he couldn't get a job because there was some sort of, like, social class where it's like you've experienced something awful and you're bad luck.
That sounds like Japan. I mean, I'm an ignorant white man. I would just believe that about Japan.
Yeah. Same. That's why I believed it immediately.
Right,
That checks out.
I'm like, oh, yes, very superstitious people.
I would think he's a superhuman. Surviving 2 nukes.
Yeah.
How does the radiation would, like, make you...
How does he not have superpowers? Yeah.
He'd be like Bruce Banner.
It kind of sucks.
We don't know.
A radioactive spider bites one kid and he's a superhero, but, like, if that happened in real life, you'd just kind of get cancer and die.
Yeah, the real Peter Parker story is a little sadder.
Yeah, he dies.
Slowly loses his hair from chemo.
He high fives John Cena.
Mary Jane.
Out.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane shows up, but she's banging someone else. Probably Flash.
Flash for sure.
Yeah.
Won't even give him a pity lay.
Yeah.
Not even like a
like a kiss on the cheek. But
we'll ride him in the hospital. Yeah, like maybe he gets Frenched a little bit, but she's like, okay, that's enough. You taste weird because you're dying.
Yeah, I can taste the chemo.
Yeah, you taste the chemicals.
Yeah. Well, anyway. This guy, Frano Selak.
Is that a tumor? Or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, boner
It's
jokes.
a tumor.
It's a tumor. I wish I was. Can you imagine if your boner tumor, the tumor that made you look like you had a boner, was bigger than your actual boner?
It almost certainly would be.
Would it?
At a certain age.
I guess so. Huh. Anyway,
thicker at least.
Frano Selak is an 87-year-old Croatian.
Wait, who? What's the name?
Frano Selak.
Okay.
Or some people call him Frane. Frano.
I'm not going to do that.
Just call him Frank.
Frank Selak.
Yeah, go Frank.
Franco. Frank is an 87-year-old Croatian man, and he might be the unluckiest person in the history of the world.
Well, Croatia is not a great part of the world to experience the 20th century in.
What? No, Croatia is nice.
Recently.
The 20th century.
No. Yeah, but they got good beaches.
Yeah,
because they just cucked the fuck out of Bosnia.
Yeah,
that's the end game of the 20th century. They got those beaches.
Yeah. Bosnia has that little dot of a beach in the map. It's like, what's the meme? It's like, Bosnia is like, I'd like to go swimming. Croatia's like, no.
It took a lot of work to get those beaches.
Yeah. So Frank claims to have survived 7 brushes with death, and this might not be the luckiest thing to have happened to him.
Oh, so is he alive still? Does he
Yes.
still have 2 lives left? Is he a cat?
He has 2 lives. Yeah. He's 2.
He's a feline.
So today we're going to talk about the events that happened to him, the odds of those events happening, and the totality of those odds, so the compounded odds. And you're going to learn that I'm not a statistician, so someone can call me out.
But also, is this kind of like when you're watching a game live and they have the win probability that is never accurate?
Yeah, win probability is, I mean, unless it's the 9th inning or like the late in the 4th quarter, win probability is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think it's like win probability because we're taking different independent odds.
So it's like
Stacking
he's like
together.
he got struck by lightning and there's X probability of that. He got shot in the chest and there's X probability of surviving that, like that type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, real quick, I want to talk about transportation deaths per billion kilometers traveled because it's very important.
Don't say kilometers.
That's how the stat is measured. I can't. Do you want me to change it to miles?
I want you to open the
yeah.
Google translate whatever the Google converter for kilometers to miles. How dare you?
Okay, so it's how many deaths per. You're making me do this.
Yeah, we are.
All right, just go with what you originally had. It's fine.
Per 621,371,192.237 miles.
I think that's a more digestible number.
I can comprehend that way.
Yeah,
more. The point is that it's an astronomical amount.
Right.
What do you think the most dangerous form of transportation is?
Car.
No.
It's not.
Boat.
Very close.
Jet ski.
No, water's actually safer than car. But
Well, how's that close?
it's close to the bad side of it being bad, but like it's car and water are close. They're
So
close.
what's the worst?
So air?
Motorcycle, obviously.
Okay.
Motorcycle.
Okay, so a subset of when I said car, I meant auto, but yeah, that makes sense. And it's
Okay, so
motorcycle in
it
particular.
differs between automobiles. So.
Right.
So
by the way,
like,
motorcycles. Fuck, man. I read this comment once on like Reddit where it's like, I would ride my motorcycle in Austin, but all the other drivers are so shitty here. They're what makes it dangerous for me. Which is like saying, I'm a great swimmer. I just don't go in that pond because of all those, or like the only reason I'm in danger in that pond is because of all those alligators. Yeah, then don't swim in the fucking pond. Like he was complaining that it was dangerous for him to ride his motorcycle because of all the shitty drivers. And it's like, but if you're still on your motorcycle, then
It's
that's
still
your
more
fault.
dangerous.
That's your
Check
fault.
it out, too. Everybody that drives a motorcycle is a dickhead.
Yes.
They just weave in and out.
Yes.
yeah, it's
They go
rare
in
to see-
spots and lanes. They create their own lane.
Well, lane splitting, yeah,
I'll tell
which
you
is legal technically.
Everyone who drives a 2-wheeled vehicle, everyone who drives a vehicle less than 3 wheels, less than 4 wheels actually, is a fucking asshole. Because
what about a slingshot?
yeah,
talking
those are
about
awful.
Are you talking about the fucking the I just left my wife and I'm having a midlife crisis mobile?
But also don't want pussy.
Yeah.
They get pussy. What are you talking about?
Who? Ugh. What?
Slingshots, they have their own little clubs. They meet up.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine you would have to have some sort of way. Of
They're all
making
decked
friends.
out. They have LED lights.
Who fucks those guys?
It's always like a 60-year-old dude blaring like fucking
Springsteen?
Pitbull. No, it's like it's always rap, but just like the
fucks
most
those?
mainstream.
I mean, I guess if I was like a young woman and I would look at that guy and be like,
You have
I
money.
can manipulate him.
Yeah.
This guy's a moron. Look what he bought.
I mean, someone sold him that.
Yeah,
so I can
like
sell him
anyone
this.
could,
Yeah.
anyone could sell this man anything.
It's essentially just like a toy convertible.
It's
It's a go kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking golf cart, really. It's
Like,
a
what
golf
do you-
cart that goes
They can
fast.
take on the highway.
what do you like? If someone dies in a car accident on the highway, sometimes you see like a cross put up there. Like, I would put up a smiley face if I knew that someone died in that on the highway.
just
like a Watchman logo.
Yeah, just like a little blood.
Yeah, but there's no irony to it. Like, I'm just happy
What's
that
weird
they're
is like,
dead.
actually, hold on. You keep talking about that because I want to see how many people have died in a slingshot crash. Because
What if
Not
they're
enough.
like? What if they're the
Not
safest
enough.
vehicle possible?
They're not. One time, do you remember when I wrote that article on smart cars on TFM? And about how like people in San Francisco were tipping them over just for shits and gigs. And someone said that someone tried to dunk. I was saying smart cars were stupid because they were all over Austin at the time. And some commenter tried to dunk on me. They clearly found it through SEO. They were not a TFM person.
Mhm.
and they tried to junk him and be like, they're the safest fucking car for that size. And I was like, what do you mean for that size?
There's no other car for that
means
size.
that my fucking Nissan Altima could still run through it. Like a golf, like it's safer than what, a golf cart?
Yeah. What's the comparison pool here?
For its size.
Yeah.
There was a little phase back when we were at TFM where people, I believe in England, were starting to flip smart cars.
That was San Francisco.
It was San Francisco too.
Yeah.
But I think it started in London.
Okay. My headline
sounds
for that,
which is sick.
one of the greatest headlines I ever wrote was "Group of heroes flipping over smart cars in San Francisco."
Yeah, dude. There was a big movement here. You remember when the scooters?
They're throwing bird scooters into the river.
Yeah.
I love that. Keep doing that. Build a reef out of bird scooters.
We just spark a regeneration of wildlife and fish marine biology growth.
Yeah.
It hasn't rained here in a while, so when I was paddleboarding yesterday, I actually bumped into a bird scooter.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Like really?
In a log.
That's funny.
Full of bird scooters.
You know, there's
it was
a
a
gator,
graveyard.
You know, there's a gator in Lake Austin.
What?
Yeah. Or Lake, Ladybird Lake.
Okay, I'm fine. I don't.
Just one?
Yeah.
A single.
At least one.
He's the loneliest skater.
Like the fucking Loch Ness monster of
There's a gator.
Wow.
Lake Austin.
Has someone seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
How big is it?
It's not that big.
How'd it get there?
Some asshole, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, probably some fucking.
Some trash from Louisiana just came with their alligator and just threw it in the lake.
I mean, they're native to Texas.
To
Kinda.
Southeast Texas.
No, they're a lot deeper than you think.
I thought I got away from this.
It's a dammed off river. It's not even a real lake.
Yeah, like where are they coming from?
I don't know. How do flies get in my house?
That's not the same.
They just show up.
You're saying a gator walked fucking 200 miles from Beaumont.
Hitchhiked its way to Austin.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get in that paddleboard lake, bruh.
That's what
He
I'm
was
saying.
trying to be a creative.
Yeah, it was a gator with a podcast.
He's like, I want to really get into TikTok.
Okay. Well, as you might imagine, air is the safest way to travel by far.
It is. People, I mean, like, look, if the plane goes down, you're fucked. But if it does,
the chance of it going down is very low.
because there's no chance of collision
Right.
with anything other than a mountain, I guess.
Yeah.
So the
Depends
amount
if the pilot had a bad day.
This is your captain speaking.
My custody battle hasn't worked out the way I wanted it to, so we'll be taking a detour into the Rocky Mountains today.
World-class view.
Was it the Indian Ocean as well?
It was the Swiss Alps and the Indian Ocean. Yeah.
Don't they think that the fucking, what is it?
Do you think someone who just loves
Malaysian
skiing?
Airlines?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a pilot.
They
found the black
one of them
box.
was an Iranian missile. The other one was the pilot.
The Malaysian Airlines
There were
one?
two Malaysian
Yeah.
airline down within like.
Oh, yeah, they were having a bad week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malaysian Airline, the first one, I think, pilot.
Oh no, it went down over Ukraine. It was a Russian missile.
Oh, yeah, that
Dude, there were bodies falling into Ukrainian houses. Like one fell in a lady's kitchen.
one. That sucks.
What a story though.
Yeah. You would never believe it.
Yeah.
Much like these. So, by far, air is the safest. So, deaths per billion kilometers traveled is 0.05 human deaths. Bus is the next safest, is 0.4. So, significantly more chance from just air to bus.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. A bus, you're higher up. It's a bigger vehicle. Like it's got to really get fucked up.
Right.
All right. Train is the next safest, and that's 0.6.
I feel like when something goes wrong on a train, it goes really wrong.
It goes, well, there's a lot of derailments, actually, but they aren't normally fatal.
Is it like skip off the track derailments usually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty bad, and we'll talk about it really
Well, they smoke a lot of homeless people, too. They always say it's a deer, but it's a homeless person.
Well, actually, most train fatalities are the result of a car getting on the tracks and causing a massive problem.
That's always a big fear. Your car just gets stuck on the track. Oh, no. I can't get out of my car.
The amount of people I've seen in Austin just do the old zigzag on the train tracks when the things are down before the train comes, I'm like, what? Why?
Because they're all morons. These
Yeah.
are the worst drivers on earth. I've never seen a worse.
I don't want to be inconvenienced for several seconds.
It's like, no train is that
To be
long.
fair, in defense of any Austin driver as far as trains go, though, I've never lived in a city where a major train line has run through so many
It is weird how many trains I do encounter here.
Well, it's the same line. It's the Mopac line. It's just it runs through so many major streets.
Well, yeah, it's right by my neighborhood. Like,
Yeah.
I hit the
Well,
train. I
check
hit
it
the
out,
train
Rob.
on the way here.
There's only 3 major streets in Austin.
That's true. People don't realize enough that this is actually a small city. It is not a major city.
It's tiny.
It's a small city. They stretch north to south
And,
as
like,
far as
It's
possible.
about 8 blocks downtown.
Moving here, when I moved here, and even now still, like, everyone who grew up here, it's a small town for them. Like, they know everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, no. There's
Try dating here.
I mean, I did.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna run into some
It
conflicts.
I crushed it.
It is the same. If you go out in Austin, if you've lived here for a significant amount of time, you're gonna see someone you know.
Yeah.
You see someone you know every time you go out. It's bananas.
Go paddleboarding. You go into that like giant party in the middle of Lake Austin where they have like a DJ and everything. You run into like 12 people you know.
That's the same community over and over again.
Well, yeah,
That's fair.
it's sup, bros.
Festival community.
Yeah.
Anyway, van is 1.2 deaths per billion. On a boat is 2.6. Car is 3.1. Pedal cycle, so bicycles, 44.6. So bikes are not safer than cars. Like, if anyone ever...
Don't ride a bike, especially here.
No, it's terrible.
When my buddy first moved here and was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to cycle places, this was not even, I hate cyclists and everything like that, but this was like just me being a friend. I was like, don't do that.
You're gonna get clipped.
Yeah, like, don't
There's
do
so
that.
many
You're gonna
stories here
fucking, You're
every
going to
year.
fucking die.
Every year,
Yeah.
there's a story of someone
The
getting...
I barely feel safe in my car.
No.
The drivers here is dog shit.
Yeah, and it's the 4th most dangerous way to travel in a car.
That's
so,
just like, I'm going to deep fry ice naked.
So,
So remember when I didn't have a truck for like 3 months?
Yeah.
And I had that option when I walked to the gym whether or not to walk along the highway or walk through that homeless community.
Mhm.
I always picked the homeless community.
well,
Always.
that's really smart
'Cause
because you know what's more dangerous than biking? Walking. So the jump from car to bike is substantial. It's 3.1 deaths per billion miles traveled or billion kilometers traveled to 44.6 from driving to biking. And then
I know the risk.
walking on foot is 54.2.
Yeah.
By far, though, doubling that is motorcycle. Anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of different modes of transportation today. So his first incident.
Should have had Giorgio on. He loves transportation now.
What?
He wants to go on like train trips and shit.
Yeah. Have you seen? I've had multiple friends go on train trips recently.
Seems cool.
Dude, until you figure out how long it takes to get fucking anywhere.
But if the point is to enjoy the trip.
Yeah, no. The whole point is to enjoy the train. It's like a luxury train.
Oh, okay. Like not going on an Amtrak.
No, and it's like scenic.
Okay.
So you go
Yeah,
through
yeah,
like
yeah.
Montana and shit.
Oh, so you're not talking about like just hopping on an Amtrak and going to a different
No,
city.
I just had a friend that went to Alaska and she spent the entire time on a train.
So it's specifically built for luxury.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, a normal ass train, not fun. Like an Amtrak, you're going to take 3 days to get to New Orleans.
I'm sure they
from here.
probably do like a murder mystery on it as well.
I would just want to eat and get drunk.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely love to get on a like nice train.
Yeah.
That would be fun as shit. That's cool. I'm into that. I mean, essentially, that's what cars are going to be one day. It's just like, oh, it's like a cabin that takes you to where you're going.
Whenever my grandpa got married, so him and my grandmother had a bit of a shotgun wedding before he deployed to World War II. This is back when it was mostly train travel. There were obviously it was plane travel then too, but he had to take a train to wherever he was going to be deployed, or whatever. And my grandma said that he told her that he didn't want anyone to know he got married because he'd get fucking roasted on the train.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he took his hat off, and it was like a normal train car, like everyone was. He took his hat off, or like his little like whatever. Off,
Yeah.
and rice fell out, and everyone was like, "Oh fuck, you bitch! Oh you bitch!
You
We go to France. There's whores there, you bitch!"
Oh, man. He went to France?
Yeah, he fought in Europe.
Did he have fun in France?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Did he fight?
What?
Did he fight?
Yeah, he did. He was in the Battle of the Bulge in a tank. Like he fought.
Yeah,
it was
bulge.
a different battle of the Bulge.
I'm fighting this bulge.
A lot of bulges.
Yeah. Anyway,
They should have named it something different.
January of 1962, our boy Frank, he's on a train from Zagreb to Dubrovnik, and the train is going through a canyon during a really bad rainstorm. So the conditions are already pretty bad.
Yeah.
What's the year?
1962. So definitely, I was like, man, maybe trains just weren't as safe back then. Really not much has changed with
I
train
feel like
safety.
we're hitting ceilings on train technology.
They're going to just derail.
No. I mean, there's some awesome trains in like China and Japan.
Oh,
now.
you're talking about like good magnetic like
High
bullet
speed
trains.
bullet
Yes.
trains.
No,
yeah. We have none of that.
no, we have rails. That's the problem.
Yeah, our trains here are dog shit.
Yeah. We haven't
I don't mean America's
updated or
hitting,
upgraded
I don't.
them.
I don't mean America's hitting it. I just mean like I feel like there is a ceiling and we're close to it, just on Earth.
Yeah, the high speed ones are pretty solid though.
Yeah, we can get a train to the moon soon.
Oh, I would
be
love
sick.
that. Anyway, the train unfortunately derails in the rain. And instead of just like rolling to a stop, which is what normally happens, or it crashes into something like big, this one careened into an icy river. So it falls into the river. A bunch of people die. I think 17 people die or drown. And
That's it?
Yeah, not too bad, right? You would think it'd be more. He comes to though, and he swims to shore and survives with a broken arm and a case of hypothermia.
Okay.
So I had to do a couple different polls of the odds of this happening.
So not unbreakable.
Hold on, before you get to that. So right before I moved to Austin, I had a job in St. Louis downtown, and I didn't own a car yet because I was broke as shit, and living with my parents and all that stuff. So I took the Metrolink to work every day, train, and one day it was snowing and icing so bad on the way home that snowed and so ice so bad that night that I had work off the next day. It was like, no one can come in, blah blah blah. We're just closed for the day at this law office I worked for. But anyway, on the way home, it had already started icing and snowing really badly. I was on the Metrolink. You could literally feel the fucking train skid on the tracks when it hit icy parts.
That's
like you could feel the car not any longer have grip on the track.
You could feel the lack of friction.
And it was fucked. Like, it was just like, hope we make it. Like, 3 more stops to go.
Oh, man.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It's like hitting a patch of black ice.
And I didn't even, it was literally like that. And I didn't even have a seat. Like, I was standing holding onto a rail.
Ugh, man. Yeah, I hate public transportation.
Why?
I realize it's just never fun.
I love MARTA.
You like MARTA?
I like MARTA.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, it's clean. It's nice.
MARTA,
Do you know the racist acronym for MARTA?
No.
it's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad.
It's not. It's actually, there's no slurs in it.
There's no
but
slurs
it
in
is
it.
racist.
It's just racist as shit.
What is it?
Moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta.
Mm.
Yeah, there's actually a very great news clip of the
Which,
Atlanta.
by the way, I didn't know. I just want to say, like, working for TFM, the amount of racist shit you accidentally get introduced to.
Yeah.
Because, just, I don't know, Southerners.
Well,
It's all Southerners.
Yeah.
I knew MARTA before TFM, but
But you're from Florida.
Yeah, we went to Atlanta a lot. There's a really famous clip from like some Atlanta news outlet where they're like, "We're filming the demolition today," and like they're gonna implode a building or whatever, and like right as they're like 3, 2, 1, MARTA rolls up, just covers the entire frame,
that.
and then pulls away, and there's no more building.
That's
They're
amazing.
Like, sick.
It's the best thing MARTA's ever done. Yeah, MARTA is good. We took it
MARTA's
for the
efficient
for the SEC championship game, and actually, people were really pissed off. I think it's actually going to end up going up there, but people were pissed when the Braves moved their stadium that MARTA didn't reach it anymore.
Right. It goes all the way to the airport.
Yeah,
which is no, that's nuts.
its
too.
own city.
Because like you kind of have to ride the MARTA even at the airport, like if you get out in Atlanta.
Atlanta is just, man, I've been to a lot of cities in the U.S. at this point, and that is maybe the most incomprehensibly huge city
it's gigantic
that I've ever been to.
It's like driving through it is one of the most difficult things you can
I don't
possibly
understand
do.
it. Like, I don't understand it.
I was just in Georgia for a wedding, and like we had to get, it was north of Georgia, so and the airport's kind of south of Atlanta. So
you had to go through the whole city.
I had to go through the entire city just to get out of it. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't understand it, but I love Atlanta.
Atlanta's
cool.
I do love it. Like, being in Atlanta was a blast.
no, it's a logistically terrible city, but it's an experientially great city. Like, it's fucking hard to get around it. It's huge. That's every big city, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was almost my bachelor party, going to a Braves game.
That would have been cool. Oh, man. Anyway, so the odds of him being in that situation are what I got to was 1 in 246,000 chance.
Okay.
So,
Long odds.
yeah, not big. It's like not likely that
And
you're
that's
gonna
like,
experience
that's for most people, that's the story of your life.
it. Yep.
Like, that is the craziest story you ever had.
Yeah, that's the first incident.
Yeah.
The next year, this happens to him. So in 1963, Selak received word that his mother was ill, and it made him determined to immediately fly from Zagreb to Rijeka to see her. the earliest flight available was already fully booked, but Frank said he managed to persuade the sympathetic airline. So this is 1963 too, where there were
There's
no
no rules.
regulations. Yeah, like you could just
Even compared to the 90s pre 9/11.
Oh no, like you didn't go through security in 1963.
Right.
You just kind of walked in and like
Whee!
it was like going to
By
the
the way,
train.
there was a bunch of hijackings in the 60s and 70s, and they were still just like, get on. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like that was all political dissidence normally too. It was mostly politically motivated.
Yeah.
And it's just like
I'm excited to show my kid Home Alone.
Was
2.
DB Cooper politically motivated?
No, it was Loki.
Yeah.
Have you seen Loki?
I have.
It was Loki.
But DB Cooper, like that case kind of got started. It was such a big, weird national case, and they couldn't figure it out. They were like, all right, we got to put a kibosh on the old hijackings thing. We got to fix that.
We're really sick and tired of hijackings.
But he was someone, we can talk about DB Cooper later.
It's another episode.
Yeah. So the earliest flight available was already booked. He managed to persuade the sympathetic airline to let him sit in the plane's rear with the flight attendant. This is from Frank himself. He recalls, my flight was really great until it wasn't. As the plane was preparing to land, so the flight was fine for most of the flight. The unthinkable happened. One of the plane's doors somehow flew open while they were in the air.
Well, sometimes you forget to lock it, you know.
I just don't understand how
Close
that's possible.
it, forget to lock it.
Selak said, 1 minute we were drinking tea, and the next the door was ripped open, and the flight attendant was sucked into midair. So he was just like sitting there
So
talking.
he watched her die.
Yeah, he watched her die.
Cool.
She was sucked through the door. And then he said, and then the next minute I followed right after her because, I mean, it was like,
What?
he got sucked out of an airplane.
This guy's alive?
Yeah. That's what he says.
So he got sucked out.
He got sucked
No,
out.
he says he's alive.
Yeah. So
He's actually dead. But he's just like, no, I'm alive.
Frank said the plane crashed.
Well, when you go through that, are you actually alive?
Are you?
Yeah. What does that mean? Yeah, you're still alive.
He's dead.
He's
Body double.
In many ways.
Body double.
No, I'm saying he is alive, but I'm
Okay,
saying
like literally he's alive.
inside he is dead.
He's never flown on another flight.
No.
Like, why would you? You're 1 for 1 of getting sucked out of an airplane in there. But
What if you're just like, hey, man, what happened to got it out of the way?
So, how does he survive this, Jake?
yeah, so he said the plane crashed and the flight attendant, 2 pilots, and 17 other passengers died. He fell into a giant haystack, like a giant, like agricultural haystack.
Like Assassin's Creed? Breaks your fall, you just jump into hay?
Yeah, but like think of it like really, really big, like a big like deposit of haystacks.
Sure.
It's like a mound, a haystack mound.
How
Yeah.
far did he fall?
So this interview is from 2003. So he doesn't know the exact height. Everyone was dead, so he didn't know how high he was. But they were in the descent. It wasn't from full altitude.
What's the average cruising altitude
I think
in
it's about
1963?
I would imagine it's between 20 and 30,000 feet.
So he was
He's
probably
probably under
10 to 15.
Yeah. I mean, people have survived coming out of planes at these heights. Like, I mean, people have survived their chutes not opening.
Yeah.
Skydiving.
People have survived like straight up hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Let alone
Peggy Hill did.
a mount. She did.
Yeah. Anyway, the odds of this happening, I mean, the closest I could get.
Yeah, you can't even calculate that.
The closest I could get. Like, would be, like,
Haystack?
to be involved in, like, a near fatal.
By the way, if he had gotten sucked out, the way everything works, probably a millisecond earlier or later.
His head probably would have exploded. I don't know, like the depressurization.
Well, he would have just not hit the haystack.
Oh, yeah. No.
Like he had to be sucked out at that exact
Moment.
like split second, millisecond of a moment
Well,
to
Rob,
hit that fucking haystack.
life is a game of inches.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Everything's a game of inches.
the odds of surviving a potentially fatal plane crash are about 1 in 11 million.
Okay.
Um,
He didn't even survive. I mean, there was no crash for him.
no, yeah, that's weird. That's why it's hard to quantify a lot of these. So we're gonna get loose numbers here, but like, still, I call that surviving a
No, for
fatal
sure.
plane crash.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the plane did, I guess,
Eventually
it
crashed.
did crash, and everyone
He wasn't
sucked
in
out
it. He wasn't in it for the crash.
No, but the plane crashed, right? Like the plane did crash. So
He ejected.
he got ejected.
The best part is I've never heard of this guy, so he wasn't saved for any reason.
No.
Yeah.
he's
Clearly never accomplished anything.
No, never.
So 3 years later in 1966. So that was the first two things. The first one had an odds of 1 in 245,000. The other one had odds of
This
1
guy
in
just wishes on a monkey
11.
paw. He's like, I want an exciting life.
It's like, oh, buddy, just wait. Later on in 1966, he was on a bus. I think it was in Dubrovnik, or he was traveling somewhere. Obviously not in a plane because he vowed to never do that again. Again, rainy. He's driving on a like a kind of rocky path, and it's close to an edge near another river. It's starting to sound really familiar, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the bus has to hit the brakes to stop for something. It can't.
Bus is safe.
Skids into safer than the train.
However, though, but that means that's overall safety. How much safer is it? See, we need to get inside baseball here, right? You're like, oh, he has a 300 batting average. Okay, but what's his batting average against curveballs? What's a bus's batting average against a rainy road? Versus,
Or
you know what I mean?
going off a cliff.
Right.
Well, versus train. Well, we did say buses were safer than trains, right? So overall, but in this instance, it actually plays out. So the train accident. Weirdly, I actually looked at some of these numbers too. So the train accident, 17 people died. The plane accident, 17 people died.
Oh,
weird,
that's a
right?
lucky number.
Yeah. The bus accident.
You should play the lottery. 17, 17, 17.
It's like in order for him to live, 17 people have to die.
It's funny you mentioned that. Anyway, the bus skids, fucking goes into a river, and 4 people die. Only 4 people die.
And
so more people die.
And then he kills 13 more just to
to even it out.
Yeah,
just to be safe.
No, so the odds of this, he only had minor cuts and bruises from this one. He was pretty beat up after obviously falling into the plane stack or the haystack from the plane.
Wait, how long after this was the plane?
Like 3 years, right?
So this was 3 years after the plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How beat up is he still?
No,
The hay broke his fall.
No, I'm saying like after the train crash, he had a broken arm and hypothermia because he was in the cold river.
Right.
Yeah, what happened after the plane crash?
He didn't go into specifics on it. He's like, it hurt really bad. Like, I'm sure he broke some bones and stuff, but
Yeah.
Just had like back problems, blah, blah.
So,
But not enough back problems to get on a shitty bus.
the odds of the bus crash happening are 1 in 305,000.
Overall for bus crashes.
Yeah.
But once you get into like hard rain or something.
Sure, and that's why we can't possibly quantify this.
Right.
But we can get kind of
But
close.
I suppose there's certain odds to be like, how likely are you to be in a bus during a hard rainstorm on a curvy road next to a river?
This guy can't get enough of it, apparently.
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
He's a glutton for falling into rivers.
He's like, I must take the bus. It goes by 3 raging rivers.
Last time I got on an airplane, I got sucked out of window.
Hey, anyone who gets sucked out of a bus window just has some bruisers, right? Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're not getting sucked out of it at all. Like, period.
Yeah.
You're falling through it. So vehicular hits keep coming now. So 4 years later, 1970, Frank's car catches on fire while he's driving it.
That happened to my dad.
Mob hit?
No, it's just a mechanical failure.
No, that literally exactly happened to my dad.
Really?
My dad was driving a car and it exploded.
Dude, yeah, this happened to this guy.
It was my car.
It was your car.
The car actually exploded?
Yeah.
Like ball of flames exploded?
Yes. So what happened was I was actually in college at this point. It was me and Tom, my brother's high school car. So I was a freshman in college, and my dad had taken it that morning to get the oil changed, and he was driving it around just to make sure everything was okay. And old Jiffy Lube didn't do quite a good job. Left Jiffy, like they just like left a wrench in there or something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
they left a small pool of gasoline on top of the
just
engine
left
block.
something fucked up. And my dad is like looking in the rearview mirror to change lanes, and he noticed that he notices some flames. And he's like, what? Like looks again. It's like, I'm gonna pull over. Gets out of the car, starts running away from it, and it explodes.
Could have been you.
That is this exact
Well, it could have
story.
been Tom.
Could have been you.
I was in Columbia.
Yeah.
That is this exact story. So he notices the flames are coming out of the hood. He immediately stops and gets out and starts walking away to get help. Car explodes like a minute later.
Yeah,
Like
behind him.
if he would have waited one more minute, like he would have died.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I was like, man, the odds for this aren't great. Like it's very likely to happen.
Was he also driving a teal Ford Tempest?
In 1970 Croatia? I doubt it. Maybe.
This looked like a pretty Croatian car.
Looked like a Yugo or
Yeah.
something. The odds of this?
I'm glad it burned, though, because I'd gotten a lot of hand jobs in that car. That's not
Destroy the
None of
evidence?
that's even a joke.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of my semen burned up that day.
So what do you think the odds are of this happening?
His car exploding?
Yeah, like this, just like your dad.
1 in 5.
Yeah, it happened to my dad, so I think it's pretty common.
It's 1 in 1,580.
That's actually pretty low.
Yeah,
That's
very
insanely low, right?
Yeah, that's your car.
not necessarily exploding, but the car catching fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what happens when a car catches fire?
It explodes.
It usually explodes, it feels like.
Well, no. Grand Theft Auto taught me you just got to shoot the gas tank.
Or
just any part of the
as
car.
long as the car is not upside down, it will not explode.
But once the car is upside down, it will explode.
It will
immediately.
explode every time. Yeah.
Give it like 5 seconds. It's going up. So those are really low, or good odds, like if you're going to bet on something. 1 in 1,580. But here's the kicker. This wasn't the first time this was going to happen to this dude.
I mean, this is just like Final Destination, essentially.
Yeah, I feel like
Croatia.
there's something he didn't get killed from, and it's following him.
World War II,
Yeah.
probably. I
Or
don't
maybe
know.
like
How old was he during World War II? When was he born?
he was born, so he's 87 now. He was born in 29, I think.
Okay, so he's like Andrew Jackson during the Revolutionary War. Like he's just too young to
It's like
serve.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, that math doesn't add up.
29 to 44.
You said he's 87?
Yeah.
It's 22 right now.
22 plus, or
You said 29?
am I wrong here?
Let's do math for all the listeners.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't want to derail you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I kind of want to know now. Frano Selak.
He's 93.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 29.
Whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Anyway, so 3 years later, in 1973, Selak was driving another car when maybe he went to a Jiffy Lube. I don't know. There was a faulty fuel line, though, and it started spraying gas like all over the engine
Sounds like
block.
a real Jiffy Lube move.
It's like, we're going to just leave the gas
Dude,
there.
the car accidents my dad has almost died in are absurd. So there's that one. And then there's the time Kansas almost bored my entire family to death.
Do you know what the odds are of dying in a fatal car crash?
What?
1 in 101.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I thought about that. It's like, there's no fucking way.
Car accidents are hyper common.
Yeah. So I was like, how?
I don't love pulling out of this studio every day.
No, it's
No.
terrifying over here.
Especially in the dark.
Yeah.
But I was like, how is that even fucking possible? And I thought about it. I was like, oh, well, I was in a fraternity with like 100 dudes and one of them died in a car crash. So that I know someone that.
Because I have pulled out in the dark, and there are several cars that just don't have their headlights on.
Dude, that
The
is
city's
a huge...
the worst in here. Dude, right? Why here?
They're so bad about headlights in the city. It is fucking crazy.
Especially in the rain. Like the first thing you learn in Florida is like if your wipers are on, your headlights are on.
Yes, you
That's
learn
it.
that anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Everybody knows that. Here, it's just like your lights are on if you feel like it.
So,
If you just feel like like putting on a show, but you don't have to. You don't have to be a show off.
no. I think there's people here that also just don't use windshield wipers. I'll drive around and see people not using windshield.
If I read about someone being murdered in a road rage incident here, I'm like, well, what'd they do?
Yeah.
Like it's a literally like legit question to ask. Like, well, what'd they do to deserve? What were they wearing?
Right. That's what we thought with the DoorDash guy that got stabbed.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
the DoorDash guy that stabbed on Old Torf
Oh,
to death.
I don't remember that. I was.
Although to be fair, that was not his fault.
No.
Yeah,
It was his fault for being a DoorDash guy.
But we did ask the question, is what I'm saying.
well, what did this asshole do?
What do you do?
Anyone piloting a car here, it's
So yeah, the faulty fuel line sprayed gasoline all over the engine, and then flames began to cook underneath. But I guess the way his car was made, it blew flames through the air
I'm
vents.
sure it was some like bizarre Eastern European car. So I'm sorry, his whole car turned into a flamethrower oven situation.
Yeah. His only injury from flames being blown into the car and then exploding the car again was the loss of most of his hair.
All right, but that's an easy one because as soon as fire starts coming out of your air conditioning vents, you get out of the car.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't like
Sit there, wait, it might die down.
Yeah, nobody's trying to put it out. Nobody's closing the vents. Like you just leave.
Yeah, but so the odds of the car catching fire, 1 in 1,580. The odds of it happening to you twice are 1 in 2.5 million.
Okay. Yeah, that's why parlays make you more money.
Right, exactly. That's a what do you call that? 2 bets.
It's a parlay.
Is it still a parlay?
You can do
with
it.
2 bets?
Two,
Okay.
two-team
You can do a
parlay.
two-team parlay.
Oh, okay.
And
And
this would
then
have been a good parlay. Clearly.
so it was 1973, and for 22 years after that car fire that lost him his hair, he enjoyed a relatively peaceful life.
Oh,
Yeah. until 1995.
Oh, I was really hoping you're like until September 11th,
2001.
2001.
No. I like to think that there are bus gods that needed a body.
Okay.
Because the bus gods sought revenge on this guy bad. Like, I like to think there's just like a really shitty god of public transportation. It's just like
it's like American Gods, where there's a god of everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the public transportation one is just like a fat guy named Carl who smokes cigarettes while cooking eggs. And he's just like in a wife beater.
No, it's like
is that just
the fucking the
Aqua Team Hunger Force or whatever?
Oh
no,
I guess so.
It's the cab driver from Scrooged, who's the ghost of Christmas Past. And he's just like, I'm taking it, you shitty childhood home.
Yes, and much like public transportation itself, death from the public transportation god may not be on time.
It never is.
It's coming for you.
Yeah.
It'll be there when it's ready. God damn it. So, he wasn't a passenger on the bus, though, this time.
You get hit by it?
He got hit by a bus.
Well, then he's not even.
The
So
bus-
he died as a pedestrian.
No, he didn't die from this.
Oh, fuck.
This is
Again, he's unbreakable.
Yeah,
Kind
clearly.
of.
So this is the seventh thing that happened.
This is on him, I feel like.
Yeah, he was crossing the street.
But where?
I don't know.
Crosswalk? Do they have crosswalks?
No, I think he was jaywalking.
If you're jaywalking, man, look,
You know the risk.
I feel bad, but yeah, there's actually a fucking kid from my high school that just died. Like, he's a current high school student crossing the street to get to Ted Drew's in St. Louis, and I feel awful for that family and everything. We actually know them from the same school or whatever, like grade school, parish or whatever. But the first thing I thought was, yeah,
That's a dangerous road.
I've done that on that street many times. Like, I can't even yeah, that could have been me easily. I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna go get ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Should have got hit by a car.
Dude,
I feel bad for the kid.
There's so many times I've drunkenly ran across the street without giving a shit. Just like,
Yeah.
I think that car's far away enough.
Oh my God, the amount of the so few fucks I gave about crossing a street as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like I
I was almost like edgelording with
they
it.
got brakes.
You know what I mean?
They got brakes. They'll stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the odds here of being hit by a bus are 1 in 495,000.
Okay.
This was not the last incident.
Shouts to our bus drivers out there.
I would have
expected a lower number.
Wait,
Oh,
do you remember when we were in the
second
cab?
safest form of transportation.
Oh.
Do you remember when we were in the cab that was hit by a bus?
Yeah, that's right. We were on campus. We got hit by a bus. Like, it wasn't like we got
We got
T-boned.
a bus downtown, I thought.
It was
We were by campus.
we were over by Cane and Abel's.
Okay.
And so what happened was, it wasn't like we got T-boned by the bus. The bus was turning right, I want to say, and it turned into us.
Yeah.
And what I will never forget is the cab driver being like, "Where are you going?" when we got out, and is like, "We're not paying this fare."
Yeah. He was like, "What are you going? You pay me." And we're like,
no.
You just got hit by a fucking bus, man. Like, we were fucked up. I remember yelling at him. He was like, "You pay me." I'm like, "I'm not paying you. You got hit by a bus.
Yeah,
You got us hit by a bus.
and
I'm
he's like-
fucking leaving."
He's like, "You got to stay for this." It's like,
No.
I'm not fleeing the scene of any crime.
And then your friend Patrick Kane beat his ass.
Oh my god.
Oh my! That cab driver was pissed, but it was like 2 a.m. I was like, "I'm not staying here to give a police report for a fucking hour because you and this asshole are both such shitty drivers that you couldn't avoid each other."
It was like a 5 to 10 mile an hour collision.
Oh,
it was
it was
so
awful.
dumb. It was just like you could see it happening. You're like, "Come
No,
on!"
I was like, I remember like it was slow enough that it was both of their faults. Because I remember like, what do you, and
Like,
then
it was just like, "Move your car, dude! Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna hit you."
I was so drunk that you had to remind me the next morning. Like, dude, we got hit by a bus last night.
Well, have you seen bus accident videos? The perspective of the bus driver. They just keep going. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, nothing happens to the bus, really.
Oh, nothing ever happens to the bus.
There's a fantastic subreddit called "Bitch I'm a Bus," where it's just buses plowing through shit.
Like, shit happens to school buses, but shit doesn't happen to the school
Yeah.
to city bus.
The funniest thing to me about school buses is no belts, no seat belts. Why you don't need
Why
them?
do you need it?
You don't need them. They're strong. Anyway,
They're magical.
yeah. So 1 in 495,000. That is the second to last brush of death he has. The following year, 1996. So he's had a 22-year streak until that bus hit him. One more thing has to happen.
So that was 7 or 6?
The bus was 6.
Okay.
This is 7. The following year, in 1996, Selak claimed that he was driving in the Croatian mountains when an oncoming truck was in the other lane. It caused him to swerve. Which direction would you swerve in the mountains?
Into
Do
them.
they have the normal lanes like we do? It's not like British.
It doesn't matter. There's someone in your oncoming in your lane, and you're on the side of a mountain. Which way do you turn?
Into the mountain.
I guess. What if they're in the mountain lane?
Oh, I guess, yeah, if you're on the left-hand side and you're on the farthest left in there that way, and you got to swerve right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This matters.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And also, if it's a truck going fast and you swerve right into a hard wall that you actually can't swerve into, and then the truck still hits you. By the way, so let's say I'm in the right-hand lane, right? Like we're driving America, okay? And the truck should be in the opposite lane, and now it's coming at me. What do? I swerve into the mountainside, and now my car turns the driver's side more toward the truck speeding towards me.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
your entire premise is nonsense.
Yeah, no, you're right. This guy's a hero. So, which do you think is worse? Also, this is a fun stat. 2 cars going 70 miles an hour hit each other head on, or driving 70 miles an hour into a brick wall? Which are you more likely to survive?
I feel like it's a trick question, so the head-on is probably the one you're more likely to survive.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, well, that's what I thought it would be the more deadly one.
Yeah, it's definitely more deadly.
Yeah, because 2, it's double the force.
I think some people think like, oh, well, maybe I skid off it or something. It's like, no, think about it as a real head-on collision. Double the force.
You skid off? Okay, I thought you were trying to trick me.
No, I'm not. But, like, I've heard people try to argue the other way on that. I'm like, no.
No, that is actually crazy.
It's fucking, no, absolutely not.
Because it's double the force. Mm-hmm. The wall's not moving.
Yeah. So he's on the side of a 300-foot cliff. He swerves, and last second, I guess, he's able to jump out of the car, and he sees he barely goes over himself. He sees the car go over.
It's like a Fast and the Furious thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, wait, wouldn't the best thing to do in that situation just be slam on your fucking brakes?
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not an actuary.
I guess that because you can't swerve into the mountain because your best case scenario is you're still front facing and I guess not moving. The worst case scenario is it swerves you to where the driver's side is now facing, so you have less facing the truck that's going to hit you. So
all right, check it out. Here's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pull a Steve Carell from
The Office.
Crazy Stupid Love,
Okay.
and you just bail. So
You just get the fuck out of the car.
you roll out of the car,
Mhm.
and then the car takes that truck that's coming at you,
Takes that head-on collision for you.
takes it out,
Yeah.
and you kind of just roll to safety.
Do you know what I liked even better than that Steve Carell bail car moment? Was in not This Is the End. What was his? Oh, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Yeah.
When they were like, the mission has failed. The astronauts are all dead. The meteor is coming, and he's in the car with his wife. I think it's his real life wife too. She just leaves to go fuck someone else. Like she just gets out.
I
it's
love
like,
that
I'm gonna
one.
Go fuck somebody
I
else.
love that one where they're like, oh, yeah, do you want to come over to our house party? And everyone's just doing heroin.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we brought heroin. Like,
Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what? I'm gonna get addicted for 3 months?
Right. 3 months, like a week,
Was that it? Was
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
timeline?
yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
because it had to be close enough for the astronauts to get there.
So again, the odds here: 1 in 101 odds to die in a car crash. Flying off a cliff, I'm not going to calculate that.
Right.
No internet amount's going to tell me that. So here's the thing.
Okay.
It's really hard to find documentation on this, so some people have their doubts. Granted, it's pretty like the plane crash and stuff.
That's a lot of paperwork
Yeah.
before the plane took off.
You got to
Yeah.
see the receipts.
Yeah.
Got to see the receipts.
So no one's been able to find that, but granted, it was also 1963 Croatia. So
Yeah.
there probably isn't documentation for it.
I also just don't think Croatians would lie. They just seem like a very honest
They're
people.
good Catholic people.
So we're actually going to have a little dilemma here. We're going to have a little, what do you think?
Okay. They also
So-
have the best soccer jerseys.
Easily.
They do. The little checkers.
Oh,
Ooh, so
so
good. With
good.
the dark blue.
And if they were
And-
checker sponsorship on top,
Like a rallies, like a checkers.
Checkers rallies.
Yeah.
just checkers, right?
It's
So
checkers
you gotta go
rallies.
just checkers.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't.
It's like
you
Carl's-
gotta leave rallies off.
It's like,
Carl's Jr.'s Hardy. Same thing.
well, yeah, Hardee's is the superior.
Yes.
Checkers have the best fries easily.
Checkers is one of the best fast food establishments in this great country.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's garbage.
Yeah, it's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, listen,
They know they're garbage.
the Big Beeford, it's $2. It's not going to be any more than $2 because it costs a nickel to make it. So there's a couple interviews that caused some doubt. So Frank told the Telegraph that his friends. Oh, this is actually just funny.
Story
today.
changes.
Yeah. So Frank told the Telegraph that his friends were eventually hesitant to even get in a vehicle with him or even be near him at all. So there are interviews with his friends that do
They're like,
validate his story.
no, we don't get in car with this man. He's the devil wants him.
There was a stage for a while, especially after the bus accident, where he was lucky to have any friends at all. He said most people avoided him because they thought he was like bad karma or whatever.
I love that. We don't do that enough anymore.
Yeah.
We're not superstitious enough about other people anymore.
It's like, dude, you
Like
just
now we're just mad at them for like their politics and stuff. Like I'd rather do voodoo shit.
You know, there was a time I remember younger where it was like you didn't want a kid on your team because his team would always lose. And It's like that kid's just got the suck on him, man.
Yeah. Like I don't want people to hate me because I'm white. I want people to hate me because of how white I am. You get that? Like I want people to hate me. I want people to like be afraid of me because of my pastiness,
Fair.
not just because of my general whiteness.
Fair enough. I agree with that. So yeah, they interviewed one of his neighbors, and he's like, "I put it like this: if I heard Frank had booked a flight or a train I was on, I canceled it."
That's amazing.
It's a smart bet.
I guess,
it's
man.
a smart bet.
Yeah.
I would be canceling the shit out of every. If you had been in this situation, you're like, "Hey man, you want to fly with me to New Orleans this weekend?" I'd be like, "I'll drive and meet you."
Yeah.
Like I'll go, not on the flight with you.
No.
Like, nevertheless, Frank remained optimistic despite his many brushes with death.
Why would he remain optimistic? He should be optimistic.
He should be the most optimistic man on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said you can look at it two ways. I was either the unluckiest man in the world or the luckiest. I prefer to believe the latter. That's the only way you can look at that, I imagine, to try and make it through the world while the world is actively trying to kill you.
Hard to think you're unlucky when you see all the bodies.
Yeah, he's stacking bodies.
Yeah. You know who was unlucky? The flight attendant that was like, "Ah!"
Got sucked into like the engine.
Yeah. That was the unlucky one.
Oh, God.
Just chopped to pieces.
Can you imagine how scared? Like, you're terrified, you don't know what's happening, you're oblivion. That's it. So the reason why, though, that we have any of these interviews with him is because in 2003, he won the lottery.
God damn.
Yeah.
I love this man.
How much money?
So he'd won a
Whose
lottery.
lottery?
Croatia.
It's probably Croatia. It's in, I'm not sure. It's in pounds.
Okay.
Might be
Pounds of goats?
600,000 pounds of goats.
Yeah.
Yes. He won about is essentially like almost $1 million. Basically,
$1 million? Like American dollars?
yeah.
Or pounds or whatever. Who cares?
Regardless, I mean,
Units don't matter at
That
this
goes
point.
a long way in Croatia.
Croatia.
Yeah. No.
Well-
So he's rich.
No, yeah.
No, Croatia's kind of nice.
No. Croatia has nice parts.
Not all of it's nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of rich.
No.
Ish.
No.
Ish.
No.
He won this big.
This is a country.
I'm not saying Croatia's in the game.
It's not in the game.
They
No.
were. They were for a minute. They were in a smaller
Your
game.
parents are older than Croatia. You might technically be older than Croatia.
There's a lot of countries that my parents are older than.
You are older than Croatia, I'm pretty sure.
Dubai is like 50.
Yeah, you're older. I think you're older than Croatia.
We'll find out in just a
Israel's
second.
not even that long.
Israel's 47. It's older than both my parents.
There's some gaps in between.
Yeah, technically Israel's several
Ancient.
thousand years old.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you how old Croatia is. 19. We're both older than Croatia.
Is it 92?
It's June 25th, 1991. We are both older than
Yeah.
Croatia.
Croatia, because it was part of, Hungary? Or no?
Was it part
Yugoslavia.
of the Yugoslavia
Yeah, Yugoslavia.
thing? Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
yeah, Yugoslavia.
So anyway,
That's all the Balkans, right?
Yeah. It's all the Balkans. So all those countries were slapped together, but they shouldn't have been.
Well, yeah, because they just hate each other, right?
It's all different. It's like Muslims, Catholics, other Christians, all blah, blah, blah. It's like the Middle East, but worse, honestly.
it's a violent place.
Yeah.
So Frank has recounted these stories of near-death experiences time and time again to outlets like the Telegraph and Der Spiegel, which is a German outlet, I believe. But once his stories went international,
Not Japanese. Those.
Der Spiegel, you know. Once his stories went international thanks to the interviews he started giving after his reported lottery win, some began to doubt the validity of his incredible tales. In the age of Google, those who doubt Selak point to the lack of official records documenting a fatal Croatian plane crash in 1963 or a fatal train crash the preceding year. Again, though, they are part of a completely different thing. We don't have records from all those
The only thing I would even be remotely sketched out about is the plane crash. I would be totally fine with be like, yeah, okay, they didn't document the train crash. Certainly you're not going to have a bus crash or a car crash make the fucking, yeah. And even then, though, it's fucking Croatia. And by the way, planes crashed a lot in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
They're not being regular kind of passenger plane crashes is a relatively new phenomenon in this world you think is the worst Earth has ever been. Crazy.
Plane technology is skyrocketing.
Oh, my God.
It is by far the safest way to travel.
Yeah,
it doesn't
we're not going to have pilots pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, but really, honestly, though, it could be the safest.
It's automated, yeah.
But
I still want someone in there that's afraid to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
I still need one person.
At least someone to hold responsible
who's going to
it.
be like, come on.
Yeah.
At least put off the, having somebody in the actual cockpit. It's just nice.
Yes.
It's very
nice
comforting.
for me.
It's comforting.
Yes. Someone who can't upload themselves.
Well, gotta go.
Yeah.
Enjoy your death.
Or yeah.
I'm sorry. You will be dying now.
If it gets hijacked by hackers or something.
Yeah. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Yeah, so people started to doubt the validity. One time he said his first accident was 1957 and not 1962, and that took place on a bus and not a train. But so many things have happened to this guy. He's old, too.
Right.
Don't forget he's old.
Dementia.
But also, he probably mixed up, 67, 66, 57. It's all pretty, it's around the same time.
It's
And
all the same shit.
he was in a bus accident.
Yeah.
So,
that was the one where they're pulling bodies out the river?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there were two accidents he was in where bodies were pulled out of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mixed it up.
It's a lot of rivers and bodies. What do you, this guy's only a man, you know?
Yeah. But there is one weird inconsistency too that can lend some light to maybe he is lying. So when they first interviewed him in 2003 after he won the lottery, he said they'd been playing in the lottery consistently for years before finally winning. But when they spoke to him again in 2010, he said that he had won the jackpot on the very first time he ever played.
He was 80.
Yeah, he probably
He's losing his mind.
Yeah, he's fucking 80. This is almost as bad as poor Joe Biden being he said he had he did have cancer. He's just fudging up when he had it.
Yeah,
whatever.
meant,
what anything means.
No, the people that get really locked in on semantics,
Right.
super semantics, it's oh, well, he didn't use this. It's there's so many things to dunk on Joe Biden for. Let's not get him for being old, an old person.
It's not limited,
Yeah.
Well,
Dunk on him for being old. That's fine.
Anyway, yeah, the odds.
Don't be surprised that he might mix things up.
The odds of winning $1 million in a lottery, though, just in general, are about 1 in 126 million.
All right. So this is the luckiest man, not unluckiest.
Yeah, he might be. So the thing that I think might be the most, this could be all fake, is the actual odds. So if you do, and someone can write me if I'm wrong, but if you take all these independent things that happened and then multiply them and compound them, the odds of this guy's life happening the way it has are 1 in 1 quintillion.
That's not a number.
It's not. It's 1 in 10 to the 38th power or 30th power.
Yeah, but that's just such a sketchy number thing. Where
But
it's
it's
what
still
are the
possible.
odds of anything happening to anyone? And if you compound it into a parlay, then it becomes, once you parlay anything, the odds become long.
Right. I
The
guess.
casino's not taking that ticket.
No.
So how many people have lived over all time? How many do you think?
12.
What are the odds of me having a broken orbital bone and getting shot at? Just on that alone.
Okay, so
that's got to be long.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely different. But okay, so say 107 billion people have existed over all time.
Okay.
107 billion divided by 1 quintillion.
It doesn't matter.
It does. It's still God, it's still astronomical that it would happen to anyone.
I don't think you can parlay any of these things. These are all individual events.
Right. You can't really compound the odds.
Right. Yeah, you can't. It's all fucking individual.
Yeah, you're at the
bullshit.
roulette table.
and he's alive.
There is no run. There is no run.
Where the ball landed does not. It's
Determine
independent.
where the ball lands before or after.
No, yeah, that's a dirty.
That's
trick.
gambler's fallacy.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I personally, my thing why I do believe him is that he already won the lottery. What does he have to lie about?
Right.
He's fucking stoked.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Trying to get a book deal.
I mean, look, everybody wants clout, though. Another big fallacy is, well, why would they lie? Okay, well, what does that mean? Why would they lie? Okay, what are the benefits of them lying?
He got some interviews.
Attention is a huge.
Yeah.
People underrate.
Sometimes
attention.
people are just fucking liars too.
Yeah,
True.
They're just pathological liars.
There's nothing, and I've said this before too. When people are like, "Well, it's bad attention," not with him, but it's like, "Well, it's bad attention." It's like, you'd be surprised how little that matters.
No, all press, skid press, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Just want others to know they exist.
Very true. So when he won the lottery, this man who had been almost killed in a bus, in 2 cars, almost killed by a bus, and got sucked out of an airplane. What do you think he bought first?
Motorcycle.
No.
A helmet.
Bring it full circle.
What?
Some hay.
What did he buy?
What did he buy? He bought a boat.
Bought a slingshot.
No, I wish. He bought a boat. It's the one thing that hadn't, the one form of transportation that hadn't tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or a bike. He bought a boat in an island.
And that's what killed him.
Little travel needed
Yeah.
for an island.
I would
Also,
just not leave the island, I
what
guess.
kind of island can you get for $1 million?
Shit, so that's actually the
Piece of rock kind of thing.
this whole thing is the premise of the Robert Redford movie of him just stuck on a boat while it slowly sinks
Never
for
speaking.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that he hasn't sank the boat and died in it. But he now that he's really old, he's 93. He's given away the rest of his money to his friends and family and moved back to his town in Croatia.
Okay, at least his friends and family. I hate the people that give their money away to just
Charity
causes.
Yeah, it's stupid.
to a bloated charity that goes to the salaries. Yeah. Yeah. So 1 in 1 quintillion odds of this happening. Possibly. He survived 7 brushes with death and won the lottery afterward. What did you guys learn today?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Good.
No,
I just told you a story.
just a Croatian man.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you think would rival this? Because I have somebody.
Bruce.
Nagasaki guy.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, the Japanese guy.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Why? That he became an actor just in general and famous?
No, just Bruce Willis, man.
Well, there's that old meme about never let Matt Damon travel anywhere. Because every time he travels somewhere, we have to go save him.
Saving Private Ryan. He goes to Mars.
Yeah, the Martian.
Yeah.
Someone calculated the amount of money it would take to save
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. It was a lot. All I learned is that life is weird.
Life is weird. Sometimes you gotta just talk about it.
Yeah. And who is Hitler in this episode? It's God.
Yeah, it's life.
It's God. Life.
Could be buses.
Existence. If I had to go a little more micro on it, it'd be buses. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what you like. Every time I got on a Megabus, I knew. I knew. I was like, if I die on this, like,
It's a roll of the dice.
no one's fault but my own. Like, even if this Megabus driver is literally smoking crack, that's my fault.
Yeah, you got
because I'm on a Megabus.
I took a Megabus to New Orleans from Houston one time. Fine ride on the way there.
Yeah.
Way back.
Smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way back.
The best
Broke
part is,
down.
like, we have Wi-Fi, and I was like, for who? Who's working on this?
The Wi-Fi did not work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that didn't work either. Yeah. Like everyone else on the bus, the Wi-Fi didn't work.
So the way there, it was a double decker one too. So the first one,
Oh, I only took double deckers.
Yes.
I was always on the top.
I rode on
There
the
was
bottom the first time. It was fine.
Bottom's smarter because there's multiple buses I've read about that have slammed into overpasses.
Yeah, I rode on the top the way back from New Orleans. The air conditioner broke, and you're in basically just like a fucking like glass microwave bowl.
Yeah.
at
While
that point.
everyone's farts
Yes.
fly up to
It
you.
smelled like I woke up from a nap because I fell asleep or all hungover, and I wanted to like vomit.
Yeah.
It was just like it stank like piss, and it
real
was
bad.
probably 105 degrees.
It's real
on the
bad.
top of the bus. And the bus driver's like, "You gotta get up. We're broken." I'm like, "All right, thanks, great." We get to Houston, and one of my friend's luggages, his luggage set got stolen. Like they opened the thing in front of us. People just ran to get their bags.
Anything that happens to you on a Megabus is your fault.
Yeah.
You've chosen to go on the Megabus. That's like what we're talking about with like the chicks that are like $50,000 go to Dubai. Okay, like if you get pooped on,
What's on you?
you had to know that was too good to be true.
Yeah, it's not normal sex.
$5
Never
bus
is.
ticket across 3 states, too good to be true.
Well, that's it for this guy, old Frank Selak.
Old Frankie boy.
Old lucky ass, unlucky Frank. Check us out at softcorehistory.com.
I guess the real question is, before you do that, would you want to go through all these events if it guaranteed you winning the lottery?
Yes.
Because you live?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he only won like $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million American dollars in Croatia. So,
But you're traumatized from all these different
are
events.
you? Does he sound traumatized?
I feel like I would be.
He's happily giving interviews.
Yeah. The plane thing would really fuck me up.
The plane thing would fuck. I would never get on a plane again if that happened to me.
I'd go planes only.
It would either fuck me
Actually,
up in a good way or like I would think I was invincible if I fell off a plane and survived.
I think you borderline think you're invincible now.
No. I'm coming to grips with my own mortality right now.
Did you get hit by a bus?
Not yet.
Soon.
Thinking
Anyway.
about it.
Check us out at
Look, you're
softcore.
obviously going to be killed by algae while you're waterboarding.
Yeah, you're going to get
Whatever
that
the fuck
fucking
paddleboarding.
red tide.
It's just going to take me out. One of those bird scooters, and I'm just going to it's going to impale me.
Someone's going to fall from a plane. We actually just had a plane crash in the river recently.
Well, I think he purposely did that, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did it on purpose?
He put it down where he knew nobody was.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't. He didn't want to crash the plane.
No.
Took out a few kayaks, but
He didn't take out anybody.
I know. He was a good pilot.
So my neighbor actually works for the news. He interviewed the lady that saved
The
him.
news?
Yeah.
He
well,
works for news.com.
Big
Yeah.
news.
Works for News
News.com.
Austin, yeah. So the lady that kayaked up, apparently the plane crashing was sucking the guy down because the weight. Yeah, so she had to like save him.
Yeah, I heard that.
That is the thing. So, like, they talk about that on the Titanic. For example, when you see the movie Titanic, they're hanging on to the very top, and they're, like, waiting to jump off of it as it's sinking down. Like, no, that boat is going to suck you, like, 40 feet down. You need to get off the boat way before it starts sinking.
Way before it's going down,
Yeah. Like, you need to get off it and the fuck away from it because it's
Yeah.
going to suck everything down.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you said, though, go to softcorehistory.com, buy some merch. Patreon.com/softcorehistory.
That's the most important one.
Did an episode on the banana industry and some of the wars they started and different coups they threw.
It is a bloody fruit.
If you like bananas, you're killing a lot of people.
A lot of Latin Americans.
If you think you're a sensitive human being to, big time world issues and you eat bananas, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Every vegan you see eating a banana is a murderer.
Yeah.
So go ahead and listen to that. $5 a month. You get an extra episode every week.
We should start throwing yellow paint on
We do
people.
some more aggressive shit on there. We get crazy. We do some game shows. We just
need
like
another
to have a
game
good
show
time.
soon.
Ooh, game show would be fun.
Yeah, that'll be my next episode. Is probably the game show. And then, of course, check us out on YouTube if you want to watch us. Softcore History on YouTube. We're actually converting everything moving forward to the Softcore History channel. Just trying to build that up. The Iconoblast guys are going to take over the Drinking Bros History channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go subscribe to both, obviously. Check them out. They're going to be Iconoblast is a great show.
Yeah.
But we're starting our own YouTube channel. It was kind of a backup channel. We've already got like 1,500 subscribers. So every episode will premiere and be on that channel moving forward.
Yes.
For Rob Fox.
And then, of course, leave a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify because those really help. And, of course, word of mouth.
Tell your
a friend
friends.
about the
Tell your
podcast
friends.
if you
Tell
like
your
it.
friends' Tell your mom's friends.
So, yeah. Sorry, Jake.
No, it's okay. For Rob Fox and Dan Register, I'm Jake Goldman.
And you just got soft served.